Hello and welcome to What Matters Gulf Coast, episode 64. We're happy that you've taken time out to join us today. My name is Susan, and I will be your host for today in V's absence. She will be back on next Sunday. Now, before we get into today's episode, I want to point out that August is Black Business Month, and we have from time to time showcased minority businesses on our show to let the community know who they are and what they do and how they serve the community here in Mobile, Alabama. If you are a minority business and would like to be on our show as a business spotlight, please contact us on our email, which is whatmattersgulfcoast@gmail.com. Now, to our guest. Our guest today is one such business owner who serves the Mobile area and beyond. And we are highlighting her today as our minority business spotlight. She is a designer, upholsterer, seamstress, and her name is Miss Patrice Lea. She's the CEO of One on One DesignHer. She makes beautiful custom and original garments with amazing fabrics. She does upholstery work, she does centerpieces, she makes beautiful wedding dresses, she tailors men's suits, she does alterations, she makes children's clothes, and much, much more. And I'll let her tell you all about it later. Now, Miss Patrice Lea has been in clothing designing for over 10 years. At this point in her career, she doesn't know what God has in store for her, but she's pretty sure that this is the way through the door. Now, she regularly attends her church, volunteers at the church, and she's a very spiritual person. And of course, God comes first in her life. We want to thank her for taking time out to spend with us today. So, we're welcoming our guest today, Miss Patrice Lea. Welcome, Patrice.
Hi, how you doing?
We're great, really glad to have you here today, and I'm really excited about showing some of your pieces that you have made over the years, and some more recent as well. So, but we're going to ask you a few questions first because our people want to know a little bit about you. So tell us, Patrice, how long have you been in the business of fashion design?
I've been in this business going on 11 years now. I
Mm-hmm.
started back in 2020 as a fashion consultant, and it just grew from there.
Go from there. So, what made you want to become a designer?
Um, I've always been into fashion since I was a little girl. From my older sister Tyra, she used to be a model, and when she used to go on her events and do her modeling class, I used to go with her, and she would try to get me to be a model with her, but I was more so interested in what the models was wearing. My sister had awesome fashion sense and design, and she just gave me a lot of tips, and I said that's what I wanted to do back when I was 8, 9 years old.
Wow.
But I ended up getting into doing fashion consulting and being a personal shopper, and that was just going to buy things for people that weren't able to go shopping, didn't have the time, or didn't may not have the fashion sense to put things together. And I started
Mhm.
off like that. But one of my clients came to me and said, "You do such an awesome job. Why not create your own garments?" And I took that to the heart. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. So what I did was one year I went out and bought a sewing machine, and I bought a mannequin thread. I took my tax money and bought everything that I needed to start off. And it went from there. I would throw the fabric on the mannequin and create something gorgeous. But it wasn't all together at the beginning because I never went to school for it.
Mhm.
Um, but it was something that I knew I had a good talent for, and it was a gift that God gave me.
Right, right. He tells us to develop those things that we are gifted to do. We have to develop them. Um, uh, I'm curious now. I know you had worked with Kenneth Carter. Now, what role did he play in your development as a sewist and designer?
Oh, Kenneth played a huge role in not just as a designer for me, as a big part of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Kenneth, I used to go to this fabric store on Spring Hill, and this lady used to help me pick out the fabric and things like that, pick out little things that I may need. And Kenneth Carter used to see me come in and out. And one day he stopped me and he was like, "Are you serious about what you're doing?" And I said, "Yes, this is something that I want to do." And he took me under his wing from there. And he told me that I'm going to teach you how to make your garments look just as good on the inside as they do on the outside. My
Yeah.
garments on the outside was beautiful, but I really didn't know how to put it together or really do the measurements or put the pieces, because it's like a puzzle, or put the pieces together. And he showed me how to do that. He showed me how to take beautiful fabric to make beautiful pieces.
All
So
right.
Kenneth had a big role in my life, a big role in the way that I sew now. And it was a blessing. God say when you line up and you do the things that He wants you to do, and you
Mhm.
stay on that path, He will put the people in your life to get you
Yes.
to where you need to go. So I
Yes.
was at that fabric store at the right time and at the right
Mhm.
place for Kenneth
Mhm.
to see that I was serious about what I wanted to do, and he took me
Mhm.
under his wing from there.
That's wonderful. He is, or was, God rest his soul, a
Yes, yes,
um,
Lord.
very talented and master tailor
Yes, he
here
is.
in Mobile, doing a lot of the Mardi Gras garments um, and things. So I'm going to switch gears a little bit now about your clients. Now, what age range and male, female, who do you serve? Who are your clients?
My clients is everyone. I serve from men to women to children. Um, it does not matter, older, younger. Uh, I, I grow on everyone. Everyone grows on me. I turn no one down from uh, doing ball gowns, working with Kenneth doing the Mardi Gras, men's suits, tuxedos. He showed me how to make men's suits, tuxedos. So I design, create from scratch to make gorgeous and beautiful garments.
Okay. Um, Now, this is like one you have to probably think about. What's the best compliment one of your clients has ever given you?
I will say, besides the creation that I make, is my customer service skills.
Hmm.
Um, they say that I'm very warming, I inviting. I take what they want to create and I make it come to life. Um, my ideas are one of a kind. So the best compliment is, even after making the garment, my clients, they come back because of my customer service skills.
Yes, that's very important, as we know. We always
Yes.
like to have repeat customers. Well, let's get into some of your designs. I want to kind of have our audience see what you create, and you can describe them as we go along, okay?
Sure.
All right. This is the first one.
Awesome. Well, this here was at a fashion show that I've done, I think right before the pandemic hit. And that was like a winter collection. I have on the dress and my model Sultry. She has on the pantsuit. And the
Mhm.
awesome part about this that y'all don't see, that it switches up. The dress turns into a jacket where you can throw on a pair of jeans with it. Um, or you can take the belt off and have it as a straight dress. It button down the middle, or it has a zipper on it. And with the outfit that Sultry has on, hers had see-through spots in it where you could see patches of her leg going up the leg, and it had like a mesh, a black mesh on it. So the picture is amazing, but to see the garment in real life, you get more of the life that's in the garment. Most of my pieces like this, a lot of people call my stuff the transformer look because you can change it up to many different styles. It's not just one thing. You can wear it in the daytime at work and then change it up for a night outfit or to have go out for to mingle. So it actually has more than one look to it. But we had an amazing time that day,
It
and
was gorgeous.
standing ovation.
Yes, you did. I was at that show,
Yes, you
and I
was at
and
that
I
show.
must say I was blown away by all your pieces. But yes, this I mean, I think, did you win some award for that night?
I sure did. It was
What was
just I don't want to say the everybody did an amazing job
they did?
that night.
Hmm.
But I did win because of the garments that was displayed. They were one of a kind,
Hmm.
never been seen before, and that showed stood out and it showed up at that event, and I
Hmm.
ended up getting the award for that
Yes,
night.
yes, it was well deserved. It was electric. The whole
Uh,
the whole show.
thank
Like
you,
you said, everyone that was there showed their creativity to the nth degree. But it was definitely something to see your pieces in that show.
thank
We're
you.
going to move on to the next one. You can tell us about this one, what you're wearing.
This one here, um, this actually came after Kenneth Carter passed away. I was blessed to get a lot of his fabric, and this is one of the fabrics that I got. And I said something about it. I just had to create something with that, and the fabric actually tells me what to make when I see it, and that's what came out of it. It's a one of a kind piece. You're not going to see it anywhere else. It was form fitted. It had the bows that you can tie around the. As you see, you can tie at the top, but you can actually
Mhm.
take the bows out for there. Like most of my garments, they do change up to other outfits. It had a zipper in it, so you could have zipped it up to the top. If it's a little chilly, you could put a shirt on or a turtleneck on up under for the winter time. So it wasn't just a summer outfit; it was also a winter. You can change it
Okay.
to a winter outfit as well.
Okay. Sounds like your signature is to make things versatile that you can wear
Yes.
several different ways. And that's a good niche to be in. People get
Thank you.
more bang for their buck, right?
Yes, that is
All
so
right.
true.
All right. Well, tell us about this one.
That's the same thing, same fabric that I use. I had extra left, so I ended up making like a little cargo skirt. Has the pockets on the side, and then I just made a little sweater top to
I
go
like
with it. And actually, the sweater top, Kenneth Carter, and I will speak so highly of him because, like I said, he
it. Hmm.
brought me this far. I wouldn't be where I'm at without him. So
Hmm.
in his passing, and I went to go get some fabric, he started on this top, and it was I just felt the need to finish it off. So
Okay.
he had the top piece together, half of the sleeve together, and I added the bell sleeves to it, and the buttons on the white top. I added that, and I just put it together, and it came out to be a beautiful outfit.
Oh, I love that. That's a cool piece, and good that you finished it, because I'm sure people have ordered that from you.
Yeah,
It's real cute. It's real cute.
thank
Um,
you.
all right, the next one here. Tell us about this.
Well, this is just some really like some jogging pants. And this when the pandemic broke out and we had to do the mask, and they were giving us these doctor masks and things like that. But I really got heavy into making the mask. My mask had the layers in it, had the protector, the cotton inside where you could take the cotton out, rechange it, and it was approved by the hospital. All my masks was approved by the hospital. So I went in and started getting different fabrics and making outfits to go with the mask. And when I did that, it like blew up. Everyone was asking me to make outfits with the matching mask because people still wanted to go out. They still
Yeah,
wanted to try to enjoy themselves,
yeah.
and still look good and classy with it. So what
Mhm.
better than to wear a mask and be cute? If you're gonna have to
Right,
wear a mask all year round, why not be cute with it and match
right.
it?
Exactly. And I won't even talk about those masks we made. It's a
Yeah,
lot of them.
we made a lot of them.
Mm-mm. All right. Now tell us about this gorgeous dress.
Well, and this one, and I just took this at home, just finishing it. This was made for Sultry Sanders. She was needed it for a ball she was going to. And
Hmm.
she's around my same build. Like I said, she's one of my models. She is the top model of her modeling agency.
Hmm.
So she was around my build, and I was like, well, let me try it on to see how it looks. And it looked amazing.
Yes, it's pretty.
And then the train, you were able to take the train off, and it was just a straight dress. You can take the train and actually wrap it around yourself, so it did a little change up, but she
Hmm.
ended up loving the train on her hip, and she kept it there the whole night.
Okay, that's cute. Now I wish you could see
Thank
the
you.
with her in that maybe next time.
Yes, and
Um,
I do have a picture that I have to find to get for that one.
okay.
Now this here is was just a sporty look. It was a thicker fabric. The winter time was coming around, and I said, "Hey, let me do a dress and mix it up a little bit." So I did a plain fitted dress and put the pockets in the front, because most dresses you try to put the pocket on the side, but with it being a fitted dress, you don't
Hmm.
want the lumps in the dress. So
Hmm.
instead of putting the pockets on the side of the dress where it shows the lumps of the pocket, I said
Hmm.
I'm gonna put a pocket on the front, because every woman still need a pocket to put their things in, phones,
Yes.
lipstick, stuff like that. So I just made a cute pocket on the front. And then if you go to the next picture, it actually shows a
Okay.
picture of the back of the. Okay,
Okay.
this is a.
Let
That's
me
okay.
see.
This is a different picture. Here.
That's the back.
Oh, there it goes. And I accented with a white zipper, because of the color of the dress was so dark. I wanted the back to really pop.
Hmm.
And all these pictures at home is me trying it on myself, so I wasn't able to all the way zip it up because my hand couldn't reach that far. But it zips all the way up, and it just gave a gorgeous accent to the back of the dress, and made the back of the dress really pop and draw that attention that it needed.
It's okay. We like it. It's like a reminds me like a sweatshirt pocket, but
Yes.
it's classy because it's a nice dress. I
Yeah,
like
and
that
then you can
idea.
wear it, you can dress it up, or you can dress it down. You can throw Converse on, boots on with it. Now, and this is the same dress, but I
Hmm.
made a jacket to go over it.
Hmm.
And this jacket, it has no sleeves. It's just a jacket you pull on, and I just used two different fabrics with it
Hmm.
because it just went so well, and it had it on the pocket on the front. So it's just a jacket for the winter time, to
Hmm.
cover up, and it flowed out really big, really heavy, and it will keep you warm. So I
Good.
really love this outfit.
Me too. Does that have a hoodie? Is that a hoodie?
This one don't, but I think
What's
the
the
next one
collar?
that I had on did have the hoodie.
Okay. Very cute. All right. Now, I guess this is one of your clients.
These are two of my clients.
Two of
These
your
are
clients.
two of the ladies that were going to prom, and this was this year.
Oh.
They were going to prom, and actually, their dress, they bought their dress already. So the top part, the burgundy and the blue,
Mhm.
they bought that, and they were short dresses, mini dresses. But at
Oh.
prom, you can't wear mini dresses; they had to be long. So they brought the dress to me and said, "What can you do? We don't have, to the funds to really go buy a new dress. We like these dresses." And I said I got the perfect idea. And we came up with that, adding the mesh sheer to the
Yeah.
bottom of it, still classy, still sexy, and they were
Yes.
able to wear it to prom after that.
Exactly. Very nice way to save the day.
Yes, I saved the day
Oh,
with that one. They
it,
brought it to me like 4 days before prom. And it
oh,
was like, because the school did not let them know that they couldn't wear short dresses. So when they finally got the paper saying no short dresses had to be long down to the floor, they came to
mhm.
me and it was like, can you help? I know it's a short amount of time that we have, but I wasn't going to let those young ladies down. Prom is very important to us. at that age, and I made sure that they was going to be amazing, look good, and
Right.
everything fell together. I worked all night doing it, but it was an awesome outcome, and I was
So
happy
worth it.
for the results.
Very worth it. Very pretty for them. Very nice. Awesome. Okay, we have a before and after. So tell us about this one.
Well, this piece here, and it has an awesome top to go with it, but the top fitted her perfectly. But she wanted more to the skirt. She was kind of a heavy set young lady. So when she put the skirt on, it was kind of too short. And she was like, and it's not giving the wow that it needed. So I
Mm-hmm.
said, most of my clients, I asked, is it okay if I can take this in my hand and create what I see out of it? Because I like the customer to be surprised when they get their garments back.
Mm-hmm.
And she was
Mm-hmm.
like, sure, I trust you. Do what you can. She's like, but it's just too short for me and it's not giving me the wow that I need. But it
Mm-hmm.
fitted her perfectly. But you could kind of, it was just too high in the back area of her butt, and she still wanted to be classy on her birthday. So I
Okay.
end up adding the ruffles around it.
Okay.
And when she seen it, she put it on. She started crying. She said, "My God, this is amazing." The ruffles fell right in the right place, and it went up her
Mm-hmm.
side. And the shirt actually had a little ruffle on it, so the ruffle kind of flowed all the way up to the top of the dress, out to the top of the her top that she had on, and she
Mm-hmm.
looked amazing. I may have to get some pictures of that because it to see it on her is
Mm-hmm.
so much more of the wow than seeing it here. But
Yeah,
adding the ruffles really helped that dress out.
it did. It really did. It looks nice. I bet it was gorgeous.
Yes,
Here
it
we go.
was.
Now this. Do tell.
Now this one, a young lady brought to me, um, and this one was from Fashion Nova.
Mm,
I should have had a before picture of this, but I did not take one because most of my clients bring in stuff at the last minute. So I'm
mm,
rushing to try to get it done.
mm,
So I had to I found the fabric, I added the sleeves on because she didn't like her arms being out. So I was blessed to find the same fabric as the top. And then she had a pearl belt on, and she wasn't a big fan of pearls. So I removed the pearls and I added the rhinestones on there. And
oh.
the dress was just a solid plain. I think it was a satin at the bottom. And she was like, "It's just too plain. It's not what I'm looking for."
Mm-hmm.
So she was another customer that I said, "Can I take it in my hands? Do what I need to do?" And she was like, "Yes, I trust you." And I thought about feathers. She was a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful, dark skinned and melon young lady, and
Mm-hmm.
I just thought feathers was so pop on her. So I added all the feathers on the bottom of the dress, front and back. And
Yeah.
when she put it on, she just looked like a swan. She was beautiful.
Oh, it's gorgeous. I bet it was gorgeous. That statement piece is what I would call that. That's a statement piece.
Yes. And
Yeah.
most of my pieces, I do make garments from scratch, but I do have a lot of customers that buy from Fashion Nova and buy
Mm-hmm.
from She, and
Mm-hmm.
they want to do more. It's just it's
Right.
not like it looked in the picture that they seen.
Exactly.
So yeah, so they like, well, can you jazz it up? Can you make
Mm-hmm.
it more of me? And you getting to know your clients is the biggest thing because you have to know them to bring out what they like in their
Mm-hmm.
garments.
Yes.
So most of my garments that I do get and put together is from someone else of She that they order from, and I add the wow and I add the magic
Right.
to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's what we gotta do with those Shein and Fashion Over dresses.
Yes, I get them all the time.
Yeah, me too. But let me move on.
Yes.
Now I love the fabric on this one. So tell us the story behind it.
Well, this actually is made from scratch. It is. I love this piece, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
actually this is an unfinished piece here because the piece that I'll have that the piece that it is now. It's a reversible jacket. You can dress it up with some heels. You can dress it down as you see that it's see through. You can wear a white t-shirt with it, with some blue jeans and some heels, and it'll look amazing. You can wear it as a swimming suit cover up. You can put a nice fitted dress on up under it and wear it like that. You can wear it open, and it's also reversible. You can actually flip it on the other side instead of getting that shine and those that bedazzleness on this side. It's more of a duller look on the other side. And I added some black satin to it, and the bottom of it actually has a tulle pleated bottom to it. But this is one as an awesome piece, and it actually have a hood to go with it. So this is an unfinished piece, but even the unfinished piece looks amazing. And this
Wow.
was made strictly from scratch. This is all
Wow.
my design here.
It does. Is that in your shop right now?
That's not in the shop. I do most of my designs and the pieces that I make, I do at home because it's more, I have more peace. Customers come into the shop and stuff. I'm not able to focus on just working on my pieces. So when I go home, that's the time that I really pour my all into my work, into my design. So I have this piece at home, and I'm still working on that piece there, because it's still like stuff is still coming to me. And I heard a fashion designer told me one time, it's never too much when you're working on your things. You can never do too much, and always go overboard when you're working with the design, because you want that piece to stand out. You want that piece to be like no other. And the creation that I'm making on this one, it is like no other. So once I'm done with that, when I come back, I will actually have that as one of my pieces to show, and we'll do a before and after on that one.
Oh, it's definitely the theme that runs through everything you create. Is that you put your signature, your stamp on there, and it's clear that you go all the way
Thank
to
you.
where it could go, and your clients are probably very happy for that. Now, this clothing is not all that you do, right? So we've got some accessories we're going to show, and this is the first before of an accessory, right?
Yes.
And we're going to give you the after, and you can tell us how you came about with this design.
What that design was for a young man at a ball. The H hat is his initial, and he had some shoes that matched the tie. And I made the tie from scratch. And he was like, "I need a tie, but I want my shoes. I want my tie to match my shoes." So I got the shoes. I went and bought the rhinestones. Everything was added on there, even the gold trim that's on there. I added on there with his initials, and it matched to the T with the pair of shoes that he had. So I do bow ties. I'm very, when they bring it to me, I don't turn anything down because I love a challenge in anything that I do.
Cool. Let's see. This one is another set.
Yes, and all my bow ties are made from scratch. I don't buy a bow tie and then add to it. I like to do my own bow tie, and they're kind of fun. When Kendall Carter showed me how to do it, it was like, "Oh, this is it. This is what I have to do." And he was like, "Yeah," and just making a bow tie and putting your signature in it, it's an awesome feeling.
Yes, very cute, that one. Let's see. Here's some aprons, I think. Yeah, aprons.
Yeah, those aprons. That actually was a sweater.
Oh,
And he brought the sweater to me, a Coogee sweater, and he brought the sweater to me like, "Hey, we're not wearing Coogee anymore, but I don't want to throw it away because he spent so much money on it." And I'm like, he was like, "Well, can you make an apron out of it?" And I said, "I sure can." Never did it before with making aprons. That was my first time making aprons, and they turned out amazing. He loved them. He's a barber, and he wears them all the time. And now he do send me other garments, clothes, and stuff to recreate into aprons.
nice. That's those colors are very, very pretty
Yes.
together. Let's see, and you just made the first apron ever, huh?
That was my first time ever making an apron, and they turned out amazing. I always practice on old material before I start because being a designer and sewing, uh, you will get hiccups. You will,
Mm,
make mistakes. So
yeah,
I will always practice on something of my own first. And once
mm,
I feel confident enough, then I go ahead and start on the customer's um, garment. So I did practice on one of my own. And once I seen that I did like it, and I was satisfied with it, I went ahead and made those. So I do get a lot of customers that have old things and they want me to recreate and bring the old back to life. So
right.
like he had the Coogee sweater and didn't want to throw it away, and we made aprons out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I have people that has their mom wedding dress, but it's too old fashioned, but they still want a piece of their mom and wear that. I
Mm-hmm.
recreate wedding dresses, so it really doesn't matter what it is. I can recreate anything when it comes to fabric.
Okay, very nice. Let's see what we got next. I'm not sure what this is, but there is what is. Tell us about that one.
Well, this is
Oh, oh,
a
different one.
man's suit, two-piece suit, and it
Yes.
was solid white.
Okay.
But he had some Dior shoes, very expensive shoes, and it was that same color blue, and it was for his best friend, that rest in peace, homegoing.
Mm.
He said, but he wanted his suit to be blue at the bottom and look like water to come to the white,
Oh,
and
see
that was
that.
actually my second time dyeing fabric, and it turned out amazing. He loved it,
Mm-hmm.
and it just had that ocean waterfall to it. And I also did the alterations on the suit. The suit I didn't create from scratch, but I dyed it and did the
Mm-hmm.
alterations on that.
I like that. That's very creative.
Yes,
When
thank
when I saw it, I wasn't sure, but then I looked and I yeah, very
Yeah, because how it
very
flows
nice.
together. But if
Yes.
you look there, you got the suit, and it also had a vest up under it with the pants, and it
Mm-hmm.
all flowed together, and it went so well because his
Nice.
best friend that passed, his casket was an ocean water flow, and it flowed
Oh.
into a solid white at the head. So when
Oh.
he was standing next to it, it looked like it was he bought it that way. It didn't
Oh.
look like he did anything, but it was the suit was just tailor made to fit.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Very it's never a dull moment, right?
Never
Never
a
a
dull
dull moment.
moment. and
Create.
and and like I said, that was a challenge for me there,
Mm-hmm.
and using dye and fabric. But I always practice on something of my own, and then before I start with the customer. So when I did that, and the outcome, and to see the customers after it's done, for him to bring in an all white suit and say, "This is what I need," and he showed me pictures. He said, "But I wanted to not just a solid blue. I wanted light, dark. I wanted different shades in there."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I take the challenge. I go for it, and to see their face and how they smile and love the garment afterwards makes me
Mm-hmm.
feel like I completed my mission and I
Exactly.
accomplished that goal.
Exactly. That's better than money when your clients are smiling
Yes,
as
it
a result of
is.
what you do. It's really better than the money. All right. It's really better than the money. All right. Let's go on to the next one. Getting better and better and better. All right, we have accessories still.
This is a tie I made for a company. I'm not sure, that was a while ago, so I'm not sure what that company name is. But on
Mhm.
the side of their truck, they have that flow and gold and green on the side of the truck. And he
Mhm.
was like, I want to get a tie that had their 10-year anniversary. And he was the CEO of the company. And he said, I want a tie to match the side of my truck. Can you do that? And I said, yes, I can. So
Okay.
never did it before, but I don't turn nothing down. I know when God blessed me with the hands to create, that means He blessed me to create anything and
Mhm.
everything.
Mhm.
So when He showed me the His design and His pattern, He sent it to me. I did what I could. I made a few of them, and you think with it being just lines that is simple, but you have to exactly match those lines up to the truck that he's going to be standing next to. So when I lined it up, I'm talking about he stood by his truck and it looked, all of it flew and
Mhm.
flowed together where the
One.
tie blended into with the truck. So he was a very happy customer, and he actually came and got all of his employees the same tie. So
Same
I ended up
set.
making 50 ties for this client.
Awesome. Now, did you say that was that a fabric you found, or how did you?
No, that's made from scratch. So I bought the fabric, this Zac color fabric, that blue uh, satin fabric, and I
Mhm.
added the gold, the green, all the colors to it. So it was a plain blue tie that I made the tie myself. It was plain blue,
What?
and I added the gold, green, everything that was on his truck. I added to the tie and the
Oh,
handkerchief.
I would love to see that up close, but that's gorgeous. I
Yeah,
really
I'm
thought it was
actually
a fabric. I said she found the fabric, but no,
No,
you
I actually
created the
had to put
fabric.
all that on there. Yeah.
Nice. All right. I got a question. Oh, let me ask a question while let me get off this for a second, and then we'll go to your upholstery stuff. Now, do you do any teaching yourself, Patrice?
Uh, I do. I like my teacher Kenneth said, a gift that God give you is for you to pass on. It's not for
Mm-hmm,
you to hold. So
mm-hmm,
with some of my clients, their children, or even them have sewing machines, and they're like, I got it, but I don't know what to do with it. And I
mm-hmm,
will do classes. Most of my classes is I charge $50 a day, 3 days out the week. At least 4 hours out the day.
mm-hmm,
You will sit with me, and I will teach you the basic. I will
mm-hmm,
teach you how to get started
mm-hmm,
in sewing. I don't do the long classes because I am still a small business, so I still have to do my clients' work.
mm-hmm.
I have clients that I go to their home and things like that, so I'm in and out my shop. So, but I will take a student at a time to show them the basic, just to get them started on the ball. And when you're done with the class, you'll know how to make a top, you'll know how to make a skirt.
Mm-hmm.
And I show you how to read a pattern.
Okay, I just wanted to ask that in case our audience wanted to know. And of course, you all, her number is here on screen. Give her a call, let her know however she can help you. Okay, and let's move on. So now we've gotten out of accessories. We're going to go into your home decor. So this is a before, I understand, right?
Yes.
Okay, talk about it.
Well, this is from one of my clients' home. They're remodeling their home, but like I said, a lot of people, and with the economy and how everything is, a lot of people are not throwing things away and buying new stuff. They're
Right.
figuring out, how can I take my old and make it new?
Mm-hmm.
So this client had these pillows. They was kind of worn down a little bit, and he was like, I want to make it to bring a little life back in my living room, and end up I turned that pillow into these pillows here. Now with those pillows there, I actually did his dining room table, chairs, and they have that same material on it. We just
Mm-hmm.
did two pillows because we didn't want too much, but he wanted his dining room table to flow into his front room. So we made pillows. He had two of the white pillows, and I changed those white pillows into this.
Very nice. We like that print too.
Yes, it
Uh,
was an awesome print, and it was a manly print, but still soothing for the lady that may come to feel comfortable enough, and warming for a lady, but smooth, and the colors was good enough for the man.
mm-hmm. Yes, I can see that. It works for both. It works.
Yes.
All right. Thank you on that. And this was another before. Now, what was this?
Now, this is one of my first pieces of doing upholstery. My client asked me, do I do upholstery? And I'm like, no, I never did upholstery before. I said,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not turning you down. What do you want done? So they wanted some chairs done. So I'm like, before I get started in doing these chairs, let me upholster my own chairs. So these are my chairs that I have at my home, and I
Mm-hmm.
had my dining room table for over 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
and it was passed down to me from a family member that passed away. So I didn't want to get rid of it, and it was a marble table, real heavy table, and it's been passed down through the family. So I'm like, I love the table. I love the chair. I mean, I love the table, but the chairs were starting to look kind of old fashioned to
Mm-hmm.
me. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I need to spice it up. So I end up taking these chairs and turn it into this. So I love cow prints. I have browns, black, white, orange, and stuff in my home.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a furry fabric, and I end up putting those on my chairs. And once I did that, and I seen like, okay, this is something that I was blessed with as well. I said, now I can put that also on my list of the things that I do as in this upholstery now.
Okay, I like that. I like the idea that you wanted to update it that way, and
Yes,
keep the memory of your loved one as well.
yes.
All right, let's see what's next, guys. Now this is another before.
Okay, I never did, and it's crazy because a lot of things, a lot of pictures that I'm giving now is pictures of my first time,
Mm-hmm.
because seeing the first time and doing something, that's just a feeling of overwhelming. It's a feeling of joy because you never did it before, and then to see the outcome of it, it warms your heart. So
Yeah.
this I did this a few years ago. So I'm I'm 10 times better than I was then. But
Mm-hmm.
this was a piece of a young man. He started off bringing me his suits, doing suits. And one day he asked me, "Do you do ottomans? Like, can you change it?" And like I said, a lot of customers are the way the economy is are not really wanting to let go and buy new. They want to keep it and
Right.
just make it look new. And this was
Mm-hmm.
given to him by his father. And I
Mm-hmm.
end up turning into that. And I had fabric left over. So why not make a pillow to go with
Make
it?
over the going. You couldn't tell that that was done the first time. You know,
Yeah.
it really
And
that it's tight. It's very crisp on the edges. It's a really good job. Really good job.
and don't get me wrong, it took me some stapling, taking it off, staple again. You know, the first time you never go into it knowing what you're doing, but
Yeah.
you know, once you do it and you see your flaws, and I'm very picky with a lot of stuff. So when I see my flaws, I have to go back and fix that because
Hmm.
everything that I give to my customers, everything that I give to my clients, I will want to be able to bring into my home. I will
Yeah.
want to be able to wear. So I could not give something to someone else that I would not accept. So this was something that was done. It took me about 4 or 5 times to get it fitted tight, to get the edges, the corners right. But when
Hmm.
I did it, I knew at that moment that this is something that my customer is going to love. He's going to enjoy, and he
Yeah.
still will have the memories of his father as well with this
Yeah.
ottoman.
All right. That's wonderful. That's a great way to end the display of your gifts and talents. Now, I got questions about what's on that mannequin over there. Tell us about
Okay.
her.
Well, my mannequin, she is pieces put together. I got a habit of doing that too. I scrap pieces that I have left over. I will actually put those together and make a dress. It's a long dress, long sleeve. It's for the fall that's coming up. Shiny material,
I like
very dressy. It has the blue jean in it, and then in the back we have the dressy zipper going down the back, and
it.
it's patches. It's a very patches, but it's a line skirt at the bottom, come down
Hmm.
to your knees, long sleeve with the zipper in the back, and it's a fitted dress. Show your curves, show your body off. Um, but that's one of my pieces. I'm very into details,
Hmm.
in the stitching and things like that. So I love her, and she has a matching a pantsuit that match, but
Oh,
it's with the gray fabric here. The
okay.
main is the gray
Mm-hmm.
here, and I got patches of the burgundy on the other outfit that I did make out of that.
Okay. And now, is that for you or for a client or for sale?
Uh, this one is for sale.
Okay.
Most of my garments is for sale, but it's by order. But I do make stuff ahead of time, and but as soon as I make those, like I'm not completely done with this. I still have to put the collar on there. It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna have a hood to it. And I'm putting pockets in it. And once I'm done with that, that's when I'll go ahead and post. And that's why my business is called One-on-One Designer, because I make that one garment for that one person. So
Mm-hmm.
this here, I don't make 5 or 6 of these. I
Right.
make one for that person's size, and that will be the only one that's made. Now
Mm-hmm.
I can make another one, but it won't be the same material. It'll be a different material, different colors, because that's a lot of women. Our issues is that when we get a garment, we buy it at a store, we order it offline. The fear of going to your event and seeing someone else in that garment. That
Absolutely.
that is a big issue for us ladies. So
Mm-hmm.
with my garments, guarantee you won't see anybody in it.
Right.
Guarantee you will stand out because it's an original dress, and it 9 times out of 10, no one else. I know for sure no one else will have the dress. So this piece here will be for sale once I am complete with it.
Okay. That was I wanted to get the word out on that piece. Now, what size is it?
This run from a small and medium. It has a stretch fabric to it, even though
Oh,
it's thick, but it runs from a small to a medium.
mm-hmm.
Um, so
Maybe,
what's the
maybe it's
measurements on the?
between the 8 and the 10, I think.
Yes, between the
Yeah.
8 and the 10,
Yeah.
and then it can actually go down. See, most of my garments it can stretch because I make them. So say if
Mm-hmm.
you like the piece and it's too big, I can
Mm-hmm.
alter it for you to bring it down.
Right.
Or say if you like the piece and you can't quite zip it up, it's okay because I made it. I can
Mm-hmm.
add fabric to it.
Mm-hmm.
So no worries on if it's going to fit or not. I just normally say stay within the size from a small to a medium.
Mm-hmm.
So it will probably range from a size 6 to a size 10. And if it's a little bit too big, I can make it bring it down to your size. Or if it's a little bit too small, I can add to it, and it'll all still flow and you'll look amazing.
Yes, it would. I love it.
Thank
All
you.
right. Now, do you want to tell us about the boots or not?
Okay. Now the boots, I actually did all this. A lady came and she brought these boots in, and they actually go. Let
Oh,
me
let
show
me
you like this
so you can see
here.
that.
And when she brought them in, she was like, "I love these boots. I bought the boots, and when I got them, I couldn't zip them up. So
Mm-hmm.
they go like this here,
Okay.
really cute with the bow on
Mm-hmm.
the side. But she
Mm-hmm.
can only zip it up because she has big, beautiful legs. But she
Mm-hmm.
was only able to zip it up there. She took
Mm-hmm.
them to the shoe store, shoe doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and they told him at the shoe doctor that they can add something here. I can add a piece here,
Yeah.
but it won't be the same fabric. We can remove the zipper and bring the zipper over. And
Mm-hmm.
I thought about, like, hey, we don't have to do all that. We can get it to where you can zip this boot all the way up, and let's open up your front here
Oh, okay.
and show a little leg in the process. So what I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna do, I'm gonna come a little closer so you see the ridges on it, how it is. So
Mm-hmm.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring that right here in the front. So I'll cut it open in the
Mm-hmm.
center, and I'm gonna string it out and pluck it
Bring it
out
out.
to
Mm-hmm.
make it look just like this. And at the
Mm-hmm.
end, it's gonna all flow like the boot was made to be like
You
this.
would think
So
it was like because it's sort of a what do you
yeah,
call it? Distressed. Anyway.
yes.
So
And then
mm-hmm.
it's still and it make it more sexier too, because now
Mm-hmm.
you can see the front of her leg. And she
Yes.
has really big, beautiful legs. So I'm like,
Okay.
I don't want you walking around with your zipper half unzipped like that, because then they did say, well, we can put straps, maybe put the straps on there, but you still
Mm-hmm.
won't be able to zip your zipper up. So I said,
Right.
I don't want you walking around like that. We're gonna be able to zip this zipper up, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna cut this front open, and we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna just make it look like it's all made. So, and that's how the
Okay.
shoot turned out. So I'm working on this. She's gonna be going out of town pretty soon. So I'm gonna have that done for her. And she tried them on just with me cutting them open. She tried the boots on and she was like, they look amazing just like this. But
They
I'm
did.
gonna still add my little bit to it to really make it stand out.
Wonderful, Patrice. Um, I I want to hear some more, but you're gonna be busy lately later. So,
Yes.
so we'll have you back on the show. Um, you do have a multitude of talents, and I'm just very happy to see all of it because it's way broader than I knew. So I'm glad our audience had a chance to see that you do upholstery, you do alterations, you do custom clothing to a T, you do refashioning, and also are a semi cobbler when it comes to the
Yes.
shoes. And then also you probably have a good word for your people too. So you are ministering to them each and every day to encourage them and keep them in positive mood, especially when you're working with them. So
Yeah.
I'm very, very happy to see all of this that you showed and talked to us about today. And we real do hope to have you back maybe around the Christmas season where you can actually showcase some of the things you have for sale. And I want out to just thank you again for being here and to let my audience know that they can call you at the number on the screen. It's two five
Yes.
one 288 7909. Now, you want to know where she's located? She's located at 902 Magnolia Road, suite number 9, correct?
That's
Okay,
correct.
that's in Mobile. Now, we're inside iStorage. It's a business within a business. So we're in the main building of iStorage. Park in the front, come through the front door, down the left hallway, hang a right at the end of the hallway, and at the end of the
And I have a big, gorgeous wreath
101
on
Design
back
Her.
on my door.
You have what?
A big, gorgeous red wreath on my door,
Can't miss
all
it.
the way at the
You
end of
really
the hall.
you cannot miss it. So if you are
Yeah.
interested in buying her clothing, getting alterations, getting your suits and clothing tailored to fit you or to make it a little bit different than what it originally was, Patrice is your girl. So call on her and let her know that you want to work with her. Okay, call her number. So, Patrice, we want to thank you again for being with us today. Is there anything you would like to say to the audience as you close?
Uh, I'm here if you need me. I can bring your ideas to life. Whatever that you see that you want, anything old to new, I'm your girl. So I thank you guys for being out there listening to me. Thank you for supporting me. And everything that I'm doing is strictly through God and the gift that He gave me, and I'm going to use it.
Amen. Thank you again. All
Thank
right,
you. And
girl.
thank you, Susan, for allowing me and blessing me to be on your show. I really appreciate you and everything that you do as well.
Girl, it's my pleasure. My pleasure.
That's it for our show today, everyone. We do appreciate you for being here, and we hope you will join us next Sunday live at 4 p.m. Go ahead and like, follow, subscribe to our channels on Facebook and YouTube so that you can be up to date on our newest episodes. We hope to see you there. Have a great evening.